This is a case for the county government of Homa Bay. A case to inform the world that the county government of Homa Bay is on the verge of collapse. In the last 4 years, in which the county government of Homa Bay has existed in the hands of the governor Gladys Wanga, the county set up to do 3 major projects, one of which was the building of the new county headquarters. 2 was the building of the teaching and referral hospital of Homa Bay. And 3 was building of a new mortuary for the county of Homa Bay. Starting with the county headquarters of Homa Bay, a project that was completed in record time. A record 1 year the project was completed. And this was simple. It was a loan, a commercial loan that the people of Homa Bay will be paying for a staggering 30-year period. The governor convinced the cabinet that this was necessary as different departments were operating from different locations in the city of Homa Bay. But remember, even in Nairobi, different ministries operate from different buildings throughout the city of Nairobi. Nevertheless, they may also complain that they were paying high rent. But today, as I sit here, the loan repayment is higher than the different rents that the county government of Homa Bay was paying to the landlords who gave them the premises that they were using, the few ones. As we are sitting here, the repayment of the loan that was used to build the county headquarters of Homa Bay has not been serviced since its inception. It is a dangerous trend that must be talked about, that must be called out, and must be mitigated in time. Then we go to project number 2. The project of the hospital. The Homa Bay County Teaching and Referral Hospital, which was meant to cost just 200 million, compared to the county headquarters, which costed close to 1 billion shillings. The hospital stalled in year 1, and there is no longer any construction going on, even after trying to change the contractor. And that was the only project for the people of Homa Bay. The county headquarters was purely the governor's project, a project that was meant for 2 things. 1, to be a cash cow for the governor. A project whose price was escalated by 500 million. Number 2, it was a prestige project for the governor. She wanted people who visit Homa Bay to see her big office. It is very painful that the people of Homa Bay will pay a loan for 30 years for an office that does not directly or indirectly assist them. Yet a hospital which would have assisted them directly and costing less than 1/4 of the price of or the cost of the office has stalled. It's now fit for acting horror movies. It is now looking like the Gede ruins. What I'm trying to say is that there's no project to be funded directly by the county budget of Homa Bay that has been completed and paid for. Let's see what became of the mortuary. The mortuary was completed in good time. But remember, a mortuary has no sophistication. And 2, the contractor who built the mortuary in the county of Homa Bay has not been paid to date. So let's just say the mortuary was also built on loan because the contractor is still owed the cost of building the mortuary. Now tell me, What has the budget that has gone to Homa Bay in the past 4 years done to the people of Homa Bay, whom the governor swore to serve? In her speeches during campaign, the governor of Homa Bay promised smooth roads, the governor promised medicine in hospital, the governor promised clean hospitals, the governor promised everything that were in the constitution as to be done by the county government of Homa Bay. Today, it is the exact opposite. So whatever the county government of Homa Bay has done, either the contractor has not been paid, or it is done on loan, or it has stalled. That is where we find ourselves as people of the county of Homa Bay. Then we come to the recurrent projects, recurrent expenditure. The hospital in Homa Bay cannot even provide painkillers to patients. One thing that shocks people in this country, not only Homa Bay, but probably generally majority of the counties. The national government remits equitable share to this county. These counties together are getting money close to $500 billion. These counties put together. In those, there is budget for health. And besides the budget for health, everybody and anybody visiting the county hospitals pay for treatment over and above what the national government gives. These counties, majority of them have health budgets on average 3 billion. Where that goes, God knows. Homa Bay itself has just about 10 doctors, nurses, and a few clinical officers. No medicine hospitals, no water in hospitals, no power in hospitals. There is also the theft from SHA that has ensured that 2 hospitals have been blacklisted by SHA in Homa Bay. A very painful thing. Today, as I sit here and I am speaking, power is disconnected from Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay. As I sit here, power is disconnected from the county headquarters. As I sit here, power is disconnected from the governor's park. The only place in Homa Bay run by the county government which has power is the Homa Bay County and Referral Hospitals and similar hospitals across the country. For one simple reason. Because Homa Bay transferred revenue from the health system to become on-source revenue, and they have decided to be using it from source to pay the power bills. The unpaid power bill at the county fish market that was developed by the national government has led to 2 serious things. The smell of rotten fish at the Homa Bay fish market and the smell of the broken biodigester. The smell at the Homa Bay fish market can knock anybody dead. It is poisonous. You can imagine the smell of rotten fish mixed with raw sewer because of the broken biodigester there. It is unacceptable. If there is anything that is an emergency in Homa Bay, it is not the governor attending political rallies. It is not the governor writing letters to her political detractors. It is not the governor going around the country speaking in tongues, telling us how ODM is the largest party from Todonyang sijui to where. Telling us how ODM is the largest party north of Limpopo, south of Sahara. Yet they did not field a candidate in Emorua Dekir. This is the tragedy we found ourselves in. This is the tragedy ODM left us in, with incompetent governor, with dishonest governor, one who can speak and speak and speak even things she's incapable of achieving. Then we go back to the projects that the former governor, Cyprian Owidi, left almost or just completed. The stadium was completed by the national government, but today, the county cannot even maintain the power supply to the stadium, cannot even think of what could be done in the stadium even to raise revenue. Cyprian Owidi also left an almost complete Kigoto maize mill, which the governor opened in a grand style in an occasion graced by then Raila Amolo Odinga. Today, the Kigoto maize milling plant is a bush. The bushes are now taller than the buildings, with hunters looking for antelopes in it. Today, the governor's park is a bush looking like the savannah. The governor's park that was sponsored by a well-wisher. Today, the Homa Bay Arboretum is not only incomplete, but it is not clear whether it is still an arboretum, sponsored by the KCB. Today, the amphitheater is a ghost ground. All these were developed either by the national government or the well-wishers. It is very painful as a citizen of the county of Homa Bay, which receives 12+ billion annually. For 4 years, that is 48 billion, and nothing can be shown for it. Even the worst of CDF projects in Homa Bay County. You can walk in the constituency of Kabondo Kasipul and you will meet projects done by CDF. In Kasipul, you will see projects done by CDF. In Suba, you will see projects done by CDF. But you will not meet a project done by the county government of Homa Bay under Governor Gladys Wanga. Nothing to show for it. Nothing. The only thing that Governor Gladys Wanga would finance in a hurry is political functions. They will be financed like the world is coming down the next day, using county resources but achieving nothing. The governor would finance goons, both online and on the ground. I once said the county government of Homa Bay is the county in Kenya where the county askaris are employed on the basis of how well can you be a goon. Goons in the towns in the county of Homa Bay, Oyugis, Ndewa, Rangwe, Kindu Bay, Mbita, and all those were rounded up and employed as county askaris and taken for training. Half of them are used as plainclothes for governors' hooligans against a political opponents, real, imagined, or perceived. The other half wears uniform. And Gladys Wanga has the audacity to use a council askaris to stop an MCA from speaking in his own ward. Very painful. Very, very painful. Very painful. Homa Bay is collapsing. The county government of Homa Bay is collapsing. The only savior is dissolving that county and taking the management back either to the national government or I don't know where else. Today, as we sit here, The governor has not explained to us what she did with the 1,300 ghost workers that were pointed out before the Senate and nothing happened. Today, the governor has not told us why the county has the highest number of bank accounts in the country, 518. How can you have 518 bank accounts, yet you have no money to pay contractors? What is banked in these 518 bank accounts? That we yet still do not have money to pay the contractor who built the mortuary. Dear Governor Gladys Wanga, we want to know what was the budget in 2025-2026 under development, and we want to know which are these projects that are developed in 2025-2026, even if they have just started. Because from where I sit, no single development project has taken place in Homa Bay that commenced in 2024-2025 and 2025-2026. Where has all this money gone to? Yet, your own family members are dragging on tarmac cars worth 10 million, 7 million, 9 million, as the people of Homa Bay starve and languish in poverty. And how the people of Homa Bay did not see this, because when Governor Gladys Wanga was a women rep, she started so many projects including Abedo, table banking, and all such, and women left in tears. Specifically table banking. Women who borrowed money had their things taken away. Governor Gladys Wanga is that lady who does not want to see anyone who does not support her rise in leadership. She will fight you to the end. She cannot accept anybody to be a leader in Homa Bay if you are not her supporter. As you sit there, the fight is on. Gladys Wanga has employed almost 200 bloggers whose job is to insult and smear any potential opponents, real, imagined, or whatever type. Incidentally, yes, this is the same woman who cries tears when she is touched. In Luo, we call them Okolo Kedwang. You don't touch a millipede. If you touch it, it turns. This is the same woman who was crying that Governor James Orengo has talked to her inappropriately. But she sat down when her guests, Makamu, told Orengo things that are not acceptable to be told to an old married man with children. This is the same woman who sat as Lillian Gogo, called people by their testicles. This is the same woman who laughs and joys and cheers as politicians call others names that are unacceptable. In fact, she hires very vulgar MCs to go around with her, calling people all sorts of names as she starts gleefully cheering. This is the same woman who told Wanga that he's too dark to be a governor. In fact, she did not use the word dark. She used the word dirty. A dirty-faced man who cannot be a governor, who cannot be voted for. Mr. President, Homa Bay requires dissolving because the people of Homa Bay had hoped that devolution would change their lives, would create medicine hospitals, would create water in taps, would create fish markets, would create better inland roads. But instead, the opposite has happened under Governor Gladys Wanga. In Lowland, it was not allowed that women became governors. They would be leaders, but not governors. A governor is a Ruoth in Luo, a person who takes care of borders, who takes care of rules, regulations, and laws, who took care of the wealth of a people. That one was not allowed in the hands of a woman. Women were allowed to be leaders, to chair meetings, to represent people. Today, if there's a border dispute between Homa Bay and Kisumu, how do we deal with it? Because Gladys has demonstrated that she cares more about her ancestral home, her brothers and sisters, than the people of Homa Bay, her current home. The scandals in the name of Gladys are just too many. Some of the people fear mentioning them because she's ruthless, because she has goons. It is time we, the people of Homa Bay, leaders in Homa Bay, sat down and deliberated. It is time all the leaders in Homa Bay, in and out of government, in and out of ODM, sat down and summoned the governor to present to us what she has done for the county of Homa Bay in the last 5 years, so that we can decide whether we can continue along that path or we take a break and review our future. Gladys has literally consumed all the money sent to Homa Bay for development, because the one she has tried to start has stalled. The ones that are complete, the contractors are not paid. The ones that are complete are borrowed loans. So where is the money from the national government to the people of Homa Bay as their equitable share? Where is this money? We are not going to accept anybody to hide behind being a woman. If being a woman is an excuse for bad governance, then we will not want women to govern us. If being a woman is an excuse not to be told the truth, then we will not want a woman to be our leader. If being a woman is an excuse not to go through a free and fair elections, then we don't want. We cannot be forced with women who take excuse behind them being women. This is the woman who told us in the presence of Raila Odinga that she's a female lion, a lioness. When it is time to behave like one, she started crying. We will not accept it. The person who is now in custody as a suspect in the murder of the 2 boys who were murdered during the by-election in Kasipul are county or employees of the county of Homa Bay. This is not acceptable. And the reason why ODM Linda Ground is losing popularity by the day is because it is being seen as a project of one Gladys Wanga. Gladys Wanga goes to public meetings and assures them of free and fair ODM nomination, something that we would have expected only from one man, Oburu Oginga, who replaced Raila Odinga. That is the only person who can assure the people of Homa Bay who are in ODM that the elections and nominations will be free and fair. But when it is Gladys saying it, it sounds like propaganda, meant to hoodwink the largely uninformed public that she's the powerhouse that will issue nomination certificates. She even goes ahead to tell the people that do not sell your animals to bring to me to give you nomination certificates. She is indirectly telling the people that I am the one who will be giving nomination certificates. So don't bring money to me, I will just give you. When C.S. Mbade was the chair of ODM in Homa Bay, he knew his limits. He knew his boundaries. But Gladys Wanga is now behaving like she is the party leader, a supreme party leader who acts, talks, and makes statements without reference to Dr. Oburu Odinga, the party leader. The person we would like to hear from talking about free and fair nominations in Homa Bay is Dr. Oburu Odinga, not Gladys Wanga. Gladys Wanga is also a candidate in this election. How can she assure people of free and fair nominations? I would even suggest in this country going forward, political party positions should not be held by either candidates or people who are already elected, because that is conflict of interest. Homa Bay is collapsing. The only reason why Homa Bay still stands as a county with development projects is because of the national government. It's because the national government has a strong, popular, and charismatic representative in the name of Dr. Raymond Omolo, who ensures that proper projects come to Homa Bay. In fact, many times when you hear Gladys Wanga talk in public, she tells you that watu wanasema sifanyi kazi, lakini njia kutoka Kadongo mpaka Kindubei iko karibu kumalizika. She's not saying I am building. Anasema iko karibu kumalizika without saying who is doing it. She goes to launch bridges built by the national government. The question is, where is the money belonging to the people of Homa Bay? We want to know what that money has done. Thank you.